Hello, welcome back. So we're just looking at the assessor side now and how we look at looking at a candidate's work, assessing work, using the contact diary, and then uploading some further work as well. Okay, so let's have a look. So we log in as an assessor. So if I log in as an assessor, to talent coach, sorry, as we think. So what you can see in my waiting review, you can see 302 task 1, 302 task 2 has been submitted to me today. So what I can do now is, if I click on the learner's name, that will take me into their overarching portfolio. Okay, take me into the main part. But if I go back to my home page and I click on the actual, where it says the element, so the learner outcome, if I click on there, that'll take me directly into the task. So approaches to customers and stakeholders, so it just tells me a little bit about the unit. And then what we've got then is the actual evidence that they've submitted. So I can click on the actual evidence they've submitted. And then let's go to my downloads. So I click on HTML and it will open up the task. Obviously, I didn't really put much in there. I just put test answer 2s. It tells me it's done all that. So I could just see that. So, okay, I'd look at that and maybe go, yeah, I agree with all that. So if I was happy that they've answered all the answers correctly, I mean, it's only a test one, but you'd have a question answers. If I was happy that, oh, that was okay, we have 2 buttons. So accept and return. So pretty much straightforward. So if I click accept on this one, this would mark this as completed. So accept is completed. I then provide my feedback and put well done on completing this task. Excellent work. Okay, and then it does say acknowledgements, but they don't really applicable. They don't go back into the system. So what we need to do is just click save. That will then send that message back to the learner saying well done, excellent work, and you agree with the unit. You can upload an attachment as well if you want, so you can click upload and attach something if you need to. If I click close, that will then send that back to the learner saying that you've accepted the task and the feedback you've given as well. If I go back on the home page now, you can see now that it's disappeared from my home page because it's now gone. Okay, so on this one though, again, if I click into task 2, what you've got is the same. So this is different task, and again, this is obviously another HTML which I can open. And it is human resources. So if I check that one, this one, and obviously it's got a few more test answers in it. Okay. So if I open that and I thought, actually, I haven't really fully explained both answers, I could click return. Okay, so except when I accepted it before, so that would go as completed, but this time, if I click return, the same thing happens. So a contact ID comes up, it says returned, and then what you can do is, can you please expand on question to fully cover the question. Okay, so same rules apply. You click save, you could do an attachment then, so you could send them to a resource or attach something, and then we click close. Okay, so again, it's gone from my home page. So I go with my home page, I've done, so that just as a talent coach, I've done what I needed to do and I push that back to the learner. If I go to that learner, so yes, you'll now see so you can now see these ones started. This one I reviewed and accepted that one because that was important to what so that's now gone green. I've accepted that one. There, and then this one, the human resources one, reviewed and returned. So it's still open. That learner outcome is still open because I've reviewed and returned it back to the learner. Okay. So you can do that. So if I then go to the contact diary, any message you've written in here when you give assessment feedback does go back to the learner. So that will go specifically back to them with the status returned and completed. So we're all good on that side. If you then wanted to write a specific message to the learner, you could go to the messages tab and click new message, select learner ABS course, diploma for managers. You can leave that blank. And then just put well done, submit on task, can you please relook at and so forth, and you can send that and then add attachment, but you just click send new message and that's sent to the learner as well. So that'll just doubly bank up if you want to, but don't worry too much. As long as you give that feedback, that will just assess that and return it back to the learner, and that will obviously go from there as well. So that'll just show that you've done the work, you sent it back to the learner, and everything is always good. Okay. So finally, if you want to add an additional module to a learner, I didn't really cover it earlier, but if I go into the actual course folder, okay, go to unit selection, there is other tasks you can add that are available. All these ones are done, but you can click on the ones that are not and then click save changes and it'll go in the system. Okay, so that's it. So on your home page is really going on reviewing them. You've got, so when you go into each task, you open it, have a look at it, and you've got an accept or return button, and you can just click either one of them. Okay, thanks for listening and see you very shortly.